All right, all right, all right, all right. Is it close enough to 6 yet?
59.
1 minute. We will start. April Fool's Day today, guys.
Yeah, I was hoping maybe there would be
I
no meeting or something.
Nobody showed up, right?
Yeah,
Um,
I used to get
Okay.
a lot of.
I'm going to start. Welcome to the Land Use Board meeting of April 1st, 2024. We'll begin the meeting by standing and saluting our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Pursuant to the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by posting on the bulletin board in the entrance hall of the Beach Haven Municipal Building and mailing the same to the Beach Haven Times and the Asbury Park Press. This meeting is a judicial proceeding. Any questions or comments must be limited to issues that are relevant to what the board may legally consider in reaching a decision for each individual application. Decorum appropriate to a judicial hearing must be maintained at all times. Roll call, Mrs. Eddles,
Here,
Mrs. Leonard,
Here,
Mr. Balbo, Mr. Tinquist,
Here.
Mr. Stevens, Mr. Jenna,
Here.
Mayor Davis,
Here.
Mr. Medal, Mrs. Ballmiller, Mr. Lafredo, Mr. Wenger,
Here.
Miss King, here, Mr. Halpern.
Here.
hey, I hope everybody had a happy Easter weekend. I guess the weekend wasn't bad, but now the weather's back and not so good. Tonight, we're going to do Resolution RO 2023-13. This was about changing our guidelines about Zoom meetings. There was something in the old guidelines which were created before COVID about we could only miss 2 meetings in a row. And obviously, I don't think that's a good idea in today's world. So we're going to change that. Eric, do you want to go over it?
Sure, Chairman Leonard. So it came to my attention that there was a provision in the previously adopted bylaws that predate COVID that restricted attendance by way of virtually if the member had attended 2 consecutive in a row. That was all done pre-COVID. We live in a different world today. And quite frankly, as a beach community, and I understand this, lots of residents who are members of boards go to Florida or other places in the winter months. And post-COVID, it is still permissible to attend virtually. And in fact, the Open Public Meetings Act has always allowed participation in a public meeting by way of electronic communication. So in order to alleviate any disconnect between what we do, especially in the winter months, and our bylaws, this resolution simply amends the bylaws that we adopted at our reorg to allow for electronic attendance. And then it spells out the members of the public can participate. If they get unruly because they can't be held out of order here, they can be put on mute, etc. So I'm happy to answer any questions if anybody has any, but all this does is change the existing bylaws that restrict virtual attendance to 2 meetings in a row to allow any board member to participate electronically, whether it be in the winter, in the middle of the summer, or whenever. And that's it in a nutshell.
Could I ask you a question? I guess there was also some people that complained about the idea that the person running the meeting should be here in person. I don't have any problems with the person running the meeting being on Zoom. Is that any addressed at all? That's not addressed at all in this resolution.
No, it's without any member. And
Okay.
in fact, the bylaws didn't speak to
that at
a
all.
person,
Okay.
whether you run the meeting or not. In fact, if it
Right.
did, I would suggest that's basically unfair, for lack of a better word. And okay, I've only been here since January, but to the extent that our chairwoman has been attending virtually. I've had no issue.
No, I don't have
I
an
don't think
issue
the
either.
board has. I don't think any applicants' attorneys have. I think the meetings have run very smoothly. But no, this doesn't say, it doesn't prohibit it. And the old bylaws, it applied to any member. There was never a call out in our bylaws that said the chair can't do this.
This was brought up by council, by a member of council. And I personally, I think that this is a separate group than council. We've always operated that the land use board was their own entity and shouldn't be necessarily told what to do by council. Is there, as our attorney, can you make any comment relating to that?
We are a separate and distinct entity, Mayor. That's true. We can sue and be sued.
Mhm.
That being said, it's always nice if the land use board works in conjunction with the governing body of the town. But yes, legally, we are a separate board. Does the governing body appoint members? Yes. But once we are a fully constituted board, we are a separate entity. As a matter of fact, and I don't say this lightly, but as a matter of law, it's true. I've been involved in it once, but a town can sue its land use board. If, for example, we reconstituted as a zoning board and we granted a use variance,
Mhm.
that the municipality could, if it wanted to, actually sue us to say that the granting of the use variance was improper and that we arrogated the governing body's power to zone. So yes, to answer your question, we're a separate and distinct entity from the governing body. If they want to not allow members to participate virtually, that's fine. But if we choose to do otherwise, we can.
Okay, okay. That's what I thought. I just wanted
Right.
clarification.
I mean, I'd like to see us work in conjunction
Right,
hand in hand
right.
as much as we possibly can with the governing body.
Right.
But yes, we are a separate and distinct legal entity.
Okay, thank you.
Does anybody have any questions? If not, can I have a motion to approve the resolution?
So
I-
moved.
Penny, second.
Mrs. Davis,
Yes.
Mrs. Eddles,
Yes.
Mrs. Leonard,
Yes,
Mr. Jenna,
Yes.
Mr. Tinquist,
Yes.
Mr. Wanger,
Yes.
Miss King,
Yes.
and Mr. Halpern.
Yes.
Resolution approved.
thank you. All right, moving right along to resolution 2024-03, the Little Lake Harbor Yacht Club. There was an applicant seeking an amendment or revision to the approved site plan to remove and replace existing impervious lot coverage. He's seeking a variance for increase in the impervious lot coverage to 92.6% from a maximum permitted of 60. The applicant also seeks a waiver to submit normal site plans because the site is fully developed. Everybody has gone over the resolution and read it. Are there any questions? Hopefully you addressed them before now, but I always like to ask anyway. There's a last minute thought. If not, can I have a motion to approve the resolution?
I
20
have one question for Eric. Did
Okay.
Mr. Raymond comment on this resolution at all?
He did not get back to me. I sent it to him for courtesy review and he didn't get back to me.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions? All right, can I have a motion to approve resolution 2024-03?
So moved.
Is that John?
Yes.
Okay. Second,
Second.
Rick?
Yes.
Mrs. Davis,
I don't think I can vote on this.
No.
Mrs. Eddles,
Yes.
Mrs. Leonard,
Yes.
Mr. Jenna,
Yes.
Mr. Tinquist,
Yes.
Mr. Wanger,
Yes.
Miss King,
Yes.
Mr. Halpern.
Yes.
Resolution approved.
All right, the next thing are the meetings. Did anybody Has everybody read the meetings? Are there any questions or additions or subtractions to the meetings?
Minutes?
Minutes, you mean?
You mean?
I mean, the minutes. What did I say? The meetings?
Yeah.
I knew what you meant.
I meant the minutes.
We knew what you meant.
Thank you. Thank you.
I submit my revisions to Gina and she says she accepted them, so.
Okay. So we're all good? Can I have a motion? Does everybody in approved minutes say yay?
Yay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yay. Okay. I'd say the minutes are approved. How about the bills? Did everybody look at the bills?
Yep.
Yes.
Can I have a motion to approve the bills?
I so move, Penny.
Hey, Gina, sorry, did you see the
Yes.
one very minor comment I sent you?
I'm sorry,
Did you notice
I-
the one minor comment I sent?
I did not. For the minutes?
No, for the bills?
Oh, yes, I did. I passed that along to our finance office to try to clarify that. So before she issues any check, she'll check on that.
Okay,
Okay.
So are we good? No questions about the bills? All right, can I have a motion to approve the bills?
I so move, Penny.
Second,
Thanks, Nancy.
Mrs. Eddles,
Yes.
Mrs. Leonard,
Yes,
Mr. Jenna,
yes.
Mr. Tinquist,
Yes.
Mr. Wanger,
yes.
Miss King,
Yes.
Mr. Halperin.
Yes.
Bill list approved.
just running right along here tonight. All right, the last thing is executive session. Eric's going to deal with this, resolution RO 2024-12. So we're going into closed session, is this correct?
Bonnie, before we do that, can we just talk about the 3-person review committee approval real quick?
No, that's not on my thing. That must have been added on you. Okay, go ahead.
North Bay Gelato LLC was approved by the 3-person review committee.
Okay, good.
where is that located?
It's in that old gift shop and next to the
It's,
smoke shop.
211 North Bay.
211, okay.
Hours of operation noon to 10 p.m.
And what was the nature of the approval? What was the application for?
Just a change of use.
I'm sorry,
Change of use.
change of use.
It was a gift shop, now it's gonna be. they're gonna
Gelato
serve
shop.
Gelato. So the request under our ordinance is to waive, for a waiver of the submission of formal site plan review. And it was approved by the 3-person committee. So per our ordinance, we just have to announce and read that into the record.
Okay,
So that was approved, is that correct?
Yes,
Okay,
Do we need a motion or?
no,
now,
no, it was just a
No.
point of interest.
just an announcement that it was passed and approved. All right, so now we're into the closed session portion of our meeting.
why don't we, if you don't mind, Madam Chair, let's open to the public first. Although I
Okay.
don't see it, how about on Zoom, and we can close to the public and then we can go into closed session.
Okay. Can I have a motion to open to the public?
So moved.
Second, Penny.
Is there anybody out there that would like to make a comment in the public? Raise your hand.
I see a hand raised.
Okay,
I don't see a name.
Okay, so Colleen Lambert said iPad.
Yes.
Okay, Colleen Lambert, 115 8th Street. Do I need to be sworn in or?
Yes, please. Do you swear or affirm the testimony or statement you'll give before this board will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Thank you. as a borough council member, I'm concerned about the fact, not so much, I understand that the technology is there and everything else, but I do think that our meetings should be run in person, because I have sat in on many of these and there have been so many technical difficulties, and these being quasi-legal, actually legal proceedings. I think it's not asking too much to have at least the person running the meeting in the room. I know most of you are aware of the fact that our land use board met via Zoom for almost a year and a half after everybody else got back from COVID, kind of using COVID as the reason why. I raised concerns about a year and a half ago to the fact that, well, if you're not even in Beach Haven, how are you seeing these properties? And I was told, oh, Google Earth. And then I pointed out the fact that Google Earth showed my property 3 years old. Now, I assume you have updated methods of actually checking the properties. I would hope so. But I would think that we are actually, I've checked, we are the only land use board on Long Beach Island and in many of the surrounding communities that is allowing Zoom participation. As I said, if you are a member and you're elsewhere and you can get all the vital information, I don't have an issue with that. But I think as far as council, as far as land use board, that we owe it to the people of Beach Haven to be there at least most of the time. So I know you just voted otherwise, and I just wanted to make my feelings known for the record that I do think we should be having in-person meetings as much as possible. Everybody gets to have a vacation, no doubt about it, but at least if you are running the meetings. Thank you.
Thank you, Colleen.
Mhm.
Anybody else in the public would like to make a comment? Is there anybody in the audience there?
No, there's no one here.
No,
There's no one here? Okay. All right. All right, now can we move on to the closed session?
Can we get a motion?
Make
to
a
close?
motion to close the meeting.
So moved.
Second, Penny.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, Eric?
So now public participation is closed. We can do this one of two ways. We're going to go into closed session. I can call, or I can give everybody my cell phone number, or Gina, as long as, yeah, we can stop recording, but I don't want to lose our members in Zoom. And don't let it, make sure nobody else comes in.
Okay.
Okay?
I'm gonna
So wait, let's make the motion to go into closed session.
Oh.
We'll do that, and then
Can I have a
One
motion for closed session?
So move, Penny.
Do you want me to close? I'm calling you, Eric.
for a second.
Anyone second the motion?
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, now we can.
Stop there.